You've been loyal to me, doing works that are fine, as you preach alongside these brothers of mine. So the king will then say to the sheep on his right, inherit the earth and perfection of life. If you comforted them, you comforted me. If you did it for them, you did it for me. Your labors for them were your labors for me. You did it for them, you did it for me.
This is how the Jehovah's Witnesses Exercise Patience Sunday afternoon session starts, with a music video telling them that everything you do for the governing body, you're doing it for Jesus Christ. In the original text, Jesus says, if you comforted them, you comforted me, referring to comforting anyone who follows him. But Jehovah's Witnesses believe that when Jesus talked about his brothers, he was only referring to the anointed Christians. So this is basically talking about the governing body, the rulers of the religion, and how important it is to serve them. This has to be the perfect start to the last segment of the cultiest convention yet. And after that song placing humans in the spot of Jesus, we get even cultier with the second part of the feature-length drama, Commit Your Way to Jehovah. So the car runs out of gas and it's just dropped instead of looking around? There are many cars that seem abandoned and even one that seems to have exploded for some reason. And yet from this point on, they will only walk because their car ran out of gas, walking for several days instead of refueling the otherwise perfectly good car, because drama.
Amani, you keep going. I think I might have a signal. Come on.
Dad, where are we going?
Yeah, we're heading to the camp.
Dad, I'm hungry. When are we going to eat something?
You should be worried that something's gonna eat you.
What?
Mayumbi, be nice to your sister. You two have to start looking out for each other.
Okay, even on the road, people are looking to hurt us.
The rebels will be searching the road.
And we have to stay close together.
Do not let us out of your sight.
Understand?
Yes.
Come on. We'll be safe once we reach the camp.
Have you been able to reach anyone?
There's barely enough signal to send a text, let alone call anyone.
I was able to get a text from Inoko this morning. We should be able to catch up to them soon. Hopefully by tomorrow.
Dad, how much longer do we have to walk?
It's going to be a while still, Zuadi.
Here, baby. I have a mango for you.
Meombi, stay close.
Dad!
Come on, son. You need to keep moving.
That is a dead body, shown to us right after the parents show they don't know how to educate the children lovingly. And this is a good time to remember that this is obligated viewing for every Jehovah's Witness attending the convention and their children. Kids will be watching this completely unnecessary show of graphic death, not because, as the governing body likes to put it, they're forced to do so by the Bible, but because they thought they would add drama to this drama. This is what the news should be reporting on instead of the same "the Jehovah's Witness convention is in town again" BS reports of every year.
Hey, shh. Quick! Hey! Hurry! Quickly! Get down!
Kojo, go look. Come on, let's go. Kojo, come on, let's go.
Mama, I don't like this.
I know. Just stay still.
Uncle Dania, I want to go home.
Again, even more footage designed to terrorize children, because remember, Jehovah's Witnesses are told that this is what they are pretty much going to go through very soon according to their prophecies. As a child, I would be terrorized about these evil guys with guns hunting good Jehovah's Witnesses for sport. But let's examine what we just watched, because it makes zero sense. Just think, these guys are supposed to be rebels against the political party, right? The Jehovah's Witnesses are not affiliated to that political party. They're just people walking on a road, right? So why would some militia want to hurt or arrest some family walking and minding their own business? Wouldn't they constantly be seeing people on the road passing by? Like, how are they gonna get anywhere? This drama makes absolutely zero sense once you examine it properly, but to Jehovah's Witnesses, the subtext is clear. They're hunting them because they are Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's what evil people do. No more explanation needed.
Amani, over here.
It's Musa.
Children.
Good to see you. Inoko. Oh, man. Musa.
Amani, my son. Things happened so quickly. When I got the call, I grabbed my go bag, and that was it. We seen a few others from the congregation headed for the camp as well. But Sifa and I, we're in the slow-moving group.
Sifa, are you okay?
I'm a little bit tired.
Oh, here, let me hold your bag for a bit.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Mama.
Thank you.
I have some water and food if you need it too.
Oh, Sifa, I'm so proud of you. You were prepared, even more than we were.
Musa, can I talk to you about something?
Sure, Amani.
I am so sorry. I should have listened.
My son, no one is perfect. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Jehovah is patient with us. We correct our mistakes and we move on. Take it from an old man. There are many more lessons to learn.
You are too kind to me, Musa. Thank you so much.
Ah, you're welcome, my son. You're welcome.
And just like that, they get reunited with the rest of the congregation, who are supposedly better prepared than these guys, but none of them decided to get a car with enough gasoline. As I said, they pretend this is Lord of the Rings by making the rest of the drama about them slowly walking the road instead of driving because they ran out of gas, apparently alongside everyone else in the congregation, regardless of how prepared they were. And now, it's time to see how Jehovah's Witnesses indoctrinate, by reminding you that you were once indoctrinated, so you should just remember your indoctrination and accept it as is.
Dunia, do you remember the account of the Apostle Paul?
No, I don't.
He traveled many miles for Jehovah. Does anyone remember some of the things that happened to him?
He was shipwrecked. 4 times, actually.
Didn't people try to kill him?
Yes. We know what that's like. But Paul relied on Jehovah. He trusted him completely. His example teaches us that we can face dangerous situations, and with Jehovah's help, we can make it through. Paul's faith in God's promises helped him to endure.
You've been talking about these God's promises since we were kids.
Yes, Dunia. It is true. I've been waiting on Jehovah's promises for a long time. Perhaps even longer than I expected. It wasn't immediate for Paul. But every one of Jehovah's promises came true. Not one word of his has failed. It's the same today. Knowing Jehovah's promises helps us to endure these situations patiently. You learn these things when you were a child. Now you have grown up. Know that Jehovah loves you. He wants to protect you. Notice what he tells us in his word at Isaiah 48th chapter. Notice verse 17. I, Jehovah.
That wasn't a rebuttal to the argument. The uncle says, you know that, you've been saying that Armageddon is gonna come soon for decades now. And the grandpa just replies with, yes, I have, but all of Jehovah's prophecies come true. Well, it sounds like you weren't interpreting the prophecy correctly before, and therefore can't be trusted to interpret it again. But this fits in perfectly with the message of the rest of the convention. When confronted with any issues, do nothing except getting closer to the religion and hope Jehovah fixes everything.
Amani, I was speaking to the group. They are heading back. They said the camp is a few days ahead. But that's for people that move at a normal speed. Looking at Sifa and Baba Musa, do you think we will ever get there? They even said the camp is overcrowded. What if we get there and we can't even get in?
I really don't know.
Manny, you don't know. It's about time you make that decision for the family. This is about us. We can't always be following the group.
You know what? Let me think about it, okay? Come on.
Amani!
Brothers, I was able to get a text from Yokobo. It seems most from the congregation have made it across the border.
Oh, that's wonderful news. How's the situation there?
You know, with so many fleeing, the camp is overwhelmed. But our brothers are there waiting to get in.
It's good to know that they've made it safely and are united.
Yokobo even mentioned that there's a small kingdom hall and a congregation inside the camp. But that's all the message said. But brothers, it's good to know that we aren't far off.
I'm so sorry I'm slowing the group down. I'm not as strong as I used to be.
Nonsense, Musa. We're all in this together.
This is important because the uncle says that Baba Musa won't make it and offers to give him a ride back home, thinking that's his best shot. However, the dad knows that he has disobeyed once, so he cannot disobey again. The direction from the branch was go to the camps, so he's gonna go to the camps. And dad is seen as lying. Instead of being honest and saying, look, I trust these people more than you, I'll do this because I believe it's better for my family, he just gives him a dismissive, let me think about it. And it's this spineless weasel who we are supposed to imitate.
Musa. Here. Brought you some water. Okay. You know, we were thinking, let's stop and rest here for a few days before we continue on to the camp.
I don't think I can continue.
Of course you can. We will help you.
Money. I can't. I am too weak. My son, don't be anxious. I'm not.
I'm not ready to say goodbye.
This is not goodbye. Remember, Amani, your strength will be in keeping calm, in showing trust. Jehovah will fulfill his promises. Just be patient. Would you read his promises to me? I would like to hear his voice.
Just a little while longer. And the wicked will be no more. You will look at where they were, and they will not be there. But the meek will possess the earth, and they will find exquisite delight in the abundance of peace.
And just like that, Baba Musa dies out of walking too much, meaning the uncle was right. His best chance was taking a ride back to the city instead of keep walking. This is obviously not going to get addressed in the drama, but it shows how unequivocal your obedience has to be. Even if you can save your life by doing something else, once the religion tells you to do something, you have to do exactly what you're told and walk into your death.
You didn't sleep? Thinking about Musa. I miss him too.
I'm scared, Dad. What if we can't make it to the camp? What if something happens to your mom?
Well, if something should happen, just keep heading to the camp and find a congregation inside. That's your family. You'll be safe. Okay? And son, Jehovah will always be with you. All you have to do is just trust in him. Just like Musa did. Musa was strong because of a spiritual routine. He gained power from reading God's word regularly. Meombi, you can do the same.
Here. He wanted you to have it.
I know you're not gonna forget him. And if you cannot forget him, think about Jehovah. He always remembers his loyal ones. like Musa. Before we leave here, I want to say a few words to the group about Musa. When I do, you think you could help me by reading Job chapter 14?
Okay.
Now, when you read from it, do it in a way that shows you know every word of it to be true. It comes from Jehovah. Should we read together now?
Okay. If a man dies, can he live again? I'll wait all the days of my compulsory service until my relief comes. You will call, and I will answer you. You will long for the work of your hands.
And obviously, since Musa is dead already, the drama isn't gonna bother to explain how or where they buried him if they're supposed to be practically in the middle of nowhere. Instead, his Bible is used to keep this kid, who remember, we were told he's 12 at the oldest, indoctrinated.
Oh, wait. Oh. I'm sorry. I need to take a break.
It's okay. This is a good place to camp for the night.
Oh. Okay, Sifa. Let's get you off your feet.
Let me see if I can find her some more water.
Thank you, Noko. Bombi, can you help me get more firewood? Okay, come on.
I'm coming too.
There is good news. Things have settled back home.
Dunya, not right now.
Come on, keep up.
I was speaking with a group up there. They have enough supplies. We can join them and go back.
Dunya, do you see Sifa? We need to get Sifa help. We need to get her in the camp as soon as possible.
We don't have to live in the camp. We can have everything all back. The house, the land, even the job.
Dunya, wait. Shh. Kids! Run!
Why are you going slow? Keep going. Let's go. Go to the truck. Get on the truck.
Please, Mommy. Please, Mommy.
And right as the uncle was in the middle of explaining how things are fine back home, they get ambushed by the evil guys hunting for Jehovah's Witnesses. At this point, despite the uncle being proven right, it doesn't matter if things are better back home. The direction from the religion is to go to the camp, and that's what Amani is going to do, even if that keeps his family at risk.
Anything?
Nothing yet. But Amani and Dunia are still searching. How's Faraja doing?
Not good.
We're gonna get through this.
Zawadi! Maombi! Maombi!
Big brother, I know you're tired, but we're going to find them. We're going to find them. And you know, they are smart kids. They will know to head back.
Head back? What do you mean?
Think of it. If you were a kid lost, where would you go? Home.
And now, since the uncle has been insisting that they should go back home, the father isn't even going to explain to him that he's wrong, and he told his kids to go to the camp if they got separated and look for the brothers there. Because the uncle is here to simply play in opposition with what the religion wants, not to make any sense. The uncle is used to represent the temptation of not obeying the religion, and must always be dismissed not because he's wrong, but because he's against the religion's wishes. Now, obviously, we know that Amani needs to go to the camp and hope his kids are there because that's what they agreed upon, but the uncle isn't considered worthy of that information.
You remember when we were kids on the road fleeing? That was the only place we knew to go. Home. I know for sure that these kids are heading back home. Amani, trust me on that.
I don't know.
Amani, wake up! We've searched everywhere for the kids. And look at Sifa. She is suffering. Where is Papa Musa now? We just buried Papa Musa. He is dead. Wake up! Are you still trusting these people to guide your life?
Remember, Amani, your strength will be in keeping calm and showing trust. I'm certain that Jehovah will fulfill his promises. Just be patient.
No, Dunia. I thought I knew best. Look, I put my family in danger when I ignored direction. But you know what? These people love Jehovah. And it's Jehovah who is guiding our lives. I'm trusting in Jehovah. We are continuing on to the camp.
Amani, I'm very, very sorry then. I can't help you then. As for me, I am going home.
Dunia! Dunia! Father Jehovah, please help me.
Did you see? The reason they're heading to the camp is because the people that follow Jehovah, aka the religion, told him to. The fact that now that's the most likely place to find his children is completely missed. What matters is that they get to the camp because that's what their religion told them to do, and nothing bad can happen if they follow the direction from the religion and if you ignore Baba Musa like they will.
Where's Dunia?
He left.
He left?
He's going back.
What about the children?
We're gonna find them.
They could be anywhere.
I know, love. But they're not alone. Jehovah is going to help them.
It's our job to protect them. We're the parents. They're just kids.
You're right. And we trained them to be obedient. We did tell them if anything did go wrong, they were to keep going to the camp and find a congregation.
There is no way I'm leaving here without my babies. I can't.
Fraja, I saw them run into the woods. They got away. They could be waiting for us. They are sticking to the plan.
Aman is right, and we'll keep searching for them in the direction of the camp.
This would be a good time for us to ask for Jehovah's help. Why don't we do that? And we'll ask Jehovah to care for the kids as well. Okay? All right. Local.
Did you see the volunteers at the camp? They clearly are made to resemble volunteers from the United Nations, who also dress in light blue tops and caps. What's curious about this is that the religion is completely against the United Nations, having written a lot of information saying how the United Nations fulfills some esoteric visions in the Book of Revelation and is made by Satan's system to mock Jehovah's kingdom. However, in this dramatization, they have to pretend that Jehovah's Witnesses are part of an organization looking just like the United Nations, but not quite for copyright purposes, because although the Jehovah's Witnesses religion is considered a charity by most governments, it clearly is not a charity. It's the people in Satan's system of things, the ones who are actually helping and doing the work. And as we'll continue to see, the Jehovah's Witness religion is there to take and to give orders. That's it.
Please, stay with her. We'll keep looking for the kids, okay?
Okay.
Sifa, they'll take care of you, okay? I'll go ahead and see if somebody has seen the kids, okay? Excuse me. Have you seen these two around here?
This one?
About this tall? No?
No.
And the girl?
No.
No? You seen these two kids?
No.
Girl is about this tall? Not even on the way here?
No.
Next.
You seen these two kids?
No.
Why is the dad an idiot? Why is he asking for the kids when he knows that if the kids are there, they would be with the congregation that he knows exists there? Why doesn't he ask for the congregation instead? Did he forget?
Excuse me. Seen these two kids come here?
We have so many kids coming through. Here are your food ration cards. Make sure to pick up your 10 items behind you, and you get more information at the next desk. Keep moving. Next! Okay. Good.
Amani, look. It's the brothers.
That's so nice.
What?
Zawadi? Zawadi! 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 I'm so proud of you, my little man.
Thank you.
You were so brave. You took good care of Zawadi while you two were out there alone.
What, Dad? How much longer do we have to be here?
We don't know. We just have to wait. Patiently.
But are we ever gonna go back home?
Well, remember what Musa said. We have to commit our way to Jehovah. All of this is just temporary. What does the Bible say Jehovah's promises are?
That they're everlasting.
Yeah, exactly. Forever. This camp life might not be ideal, but we're going to make the best out of it.
But how?
We just have to focus on what we have. We are safe. We have the brothers. You know, the congregation. But most importantly, we have Jehovah.
And we have each other.
Of course. We do have each other. And we really are going to try to make this place feel like home. That will mean school for you and Zawadi. Yeah, I know. And the ministry for all of us. Meetings, family worship, and helping those in need.
And soccer.
Of course. Playing soccer. You love soccer too much. You ready to show me what you got?
Sure.
Yeah? Come on. Let's go.
And after the family gets reunited and we see that the uncle just so happened to find a slightly burned book to repent and become a Jehovah's Witness, this drama starts to wind down. We won't hear back from the uncle. It doesn't matter if he got his contract back or if the family goes back and tries to rebuild their lives. What matters is that they got to the camp as they were told. And since there's a congregation there, it's time to keep obeying their religion and follow the rigorous indoctrination schedule for them and their kids. And arguably, the worst part is about to come.
Committing our way to Jehovah requires faith and obedience. Our faith is not just a thought or feeling, for we are absolutely convinced that Jehovah's way of doing things is always right. We also show that we trust Jehovah when we obey the direction we receive from his organization. It has not always been easy, but we have seen the blessing that comes from listening and obeying. We have to trust those whom Jehovah trusts, even if we may not understand the direction at the time.
And after they get cleaned and groomed because their religion is a religion of appearances, they can put together an outfit perfect for American sensibilities in the 1950s, while the voiceover reminds us that what matters is that you do what you're told to do by the religion, even if you don't agree or understand why. And then we have a shot that could only have been originated in the twisted minds of the leadership of the Jehovah's Witnesses. That's right, an old refugee in a refugee camp is donating money to her religion. Now, let me ask you, how does the religion need this money more than this lady? This completely out of touch shot, as you're reminded through a voiceover to obey the religion no matter what, perfectly encapsulates everything that's wrong with this cult. This cult only cares about your obedience and your money. It doesn't matter if you're well off or if you're a fucking refugee in a refugee camp. This religion wants your obedience and your money. This religion isn't here to help people. It's here to take. This isn't a charity. This is a high control group. And you can't show it more clearly than with this choreographed and highly produced shot of a refugee donating to the religion.
Strengthening our commitment to Jehovah now will cause us to obey him implicitly in the future. Please convince yourself every day that all of Jehovah's promises for the future will come true. And never forget the words of Psalm 37, verse 5. Commit your way to Jehovah. Rely on him, and he will act in your behalf. Well, our dear baptismal candidates, it's that time. We invite you to please stand.
And just like that, we are shown the baptism of a 12-year-old as the joyous conclusion to this drama. I watched this on stream like a month ago, and after rewatching it several times, I think I can say this definitely is the worst drama they have ever produced out there. Thanks to the brothers at the South Africa branch being surprisingly good at filmmaking, this drama isn't about shunning or blood refusal. It's about something worse, getting you to obey the religion no matter what. And that's worse because that's how you get humans to do all the shunning and all the other stuff. You first have to convince them that there's nothing the religion can ask from them that they can refuse. They have to obey unconditionally. And that unconditional obedience is how you get them to do completely inhumane things later. This blind obedience is at the core of their cult. So I feel quite confident to say that this is the worst drama I have ever seen. A perfect fit for the Cultiest convention. And now, all that's left is to listen to Stephen Lett, who seems puffier than usual, and his hour and 20-minute speech recapping what we saw at the convention and how it's only amazing because Jehovah.
But why should all of us want to be patient? Well, there are health benefits, for one thing. Also, it gives a good witness to onlookers. We are able to keep a good conscience. But the main reason is because Jehovah our God is a patient God, and we want to imitate him as beloved children. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1 tells us to do that. And that's one thing that makes Jehovah love us, when we try really hard to imitate him, including his patience. Jehovah is the most patient person in the universe.
This religion is all about imitating others, including Jehovah, in doing whatever the governing body decide you should be doing. You don't do it because it'll make you or others happier or to live a better life. You mainly do it because you want to imitate God, which, when you say it like that, sounds extremely arrogant.
And we love you because you are continuing to patiently endure. The governing body loves you. Jehovah and Jesus, the angels, your brothers and sisters love you because you're not giving up. You're continuing to patiently endure. And we've come too far to give up now. You know, if we give up now, we're about like a marathon runner who ran 26 miles of the 26.2 mile marathon, but didn't run that last 0.2 of a mile. Wouldn't get the prize, would he? See, that would be sad. That would be the way with us. But we know you're not going to do that. You're going to finish this race. You're going to continue to patiently endure.
Stephen Lett is appealing to the sunk cost fallacy of being a Jehovah's Witness. You wait all your life for paradise, and paradise is almost there, just almost there, and you'd miss it if you decided to live your life. Let's skip this pointless and boring recap of the convention to see a recap of the videos and see if you can catch what's wrong with it.
Let's enjoy yet another video. And this video you're going to look at is going to review the more than 70 videos. Now that's amazing, isn't it? A video to review over 70 videos. And since the video you're going to look at is only 3 minutes long, the brothers had to really make some good choices as to what excerpts to include, but you'll see they did a good job. Enjoy this video.
Psalm 71:14 says, "But as for me, I will continue to wait."
Part of being strong is learning to wait on Jehovah.
And that takes real faith.
Our faith is not just a thought or feeling. We are absolutely convinced that Jehovah's way of doing things is always right.
And while we wait on him, there is a lot we can do.
When we are patient, we help each other do what's right.
I really need this job to pioneer. What if he doesn't take it well?
That could happen. But then you'll get to see what Jehovah will do.
You make time to build up your family spiritually.
I know you're not gonna forget him. And if you cannot forget him, think about Jehovah. He always remembers his loyal ones.
We find a way to forgive from the heart.
But I love you. And I want to do this for you.
I love you too, Irene.
And we give Jehovah time to bless our patience.
But as for me, it is for Jehovah that I shall keep on the lookout. I will show a waiting attitude for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Jehovah is the only one who can put an end, a real end to suffering. He hears our prayers. We just need to wait on him.
Did you catch it? You can see excerpts of the 2 videos that were deleted because, remember, there weren't 70 videos. 2 of those were edited out, so that would make them only 68 videos. But here, only for a flash, you get to see a bit of the deleted videos because they deleted them so late into the production of this convention. And now, Mark Sanderson is making a cameo to let us know what we can learn from the worst drama yet.
This year's drama, Commit Your Way to Jehovah, was inspired by the real experiences of real families. Worldwide, the number of people forcibly displaced by conflicts, violence, persecution, and other disruptive events has now passed 100 million, the highest on record. This figure includes many of our brothers and sisters and their children. Let's review some scenes from the drama and consider what lessons we can learn from them. 1. We must immediately and completely reject any compromise of our political neutrality. At first, Amani firmly declined Dunia's job offer because it involved membership in a political party. But later, family pressure and the lure of money caused him to waver, and it almost cost him his life. 2. We must be alert to influences that can shape our thinking. Amani's fellow elders followed the direction from the branch office to prepare the congregation to flee. But Amani's past experiences and strong feelings made him think he knew better. 3. We must be ready to flee in times of danger, even being ready, as Jesus said, to say goodbye to all our belongings. Yakubu, Sifa, and Musa took the direction seriously and got ready, but Amani hesitated. What about you? Do you have a go bag with essentials, important documents, and an up-to-date list of emergency contacts, including those of your congregation elders? Have you rehearsed an evacuation plan with your family? Lesson 4. We need to train our children to obey and trust Jehovah no matter what happens. When children are well trained, they can remain faithful even if they're separated from their parents. What would your children do?
These first 3 lessons are all about your indoctrination. The religion forbids members from participating in politics, so that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is straight thought control. Guard your thinking so you don't think you know better than the religion. And lesson 3, be ready to flee, is completely unbiblical. Nothing in the Bible tells you to have a go bag ready for Armageddon. If anything, it says that God will miraculously intervene to protect his servants. But having a go bag ready helps increase the anxiety in Jehovah's Witnesses, making Armageddon seem like it's more real than it actually is, which is not real at all. And the last lesson is about the importance of child indoctrination, making sure your children follow the direction of the religion as closely as you. And now, we have a look at what I assume is a deleted clip from the drama about child indoctrination that Mark Sanderson liked too much to leave on the cutting room floor.
What are we going to do?
Well, Dad said to keep on going towards the camp, remember?
Okay, but which way is the camp? There are 2 directions.
Oh, I think the camp's that way. Actually, no, I think it's that way.
Baba always prays before making a decision.
You're right. Let's pray together and ask Jehovah to help us. Jehovah.
Honestly, they should have cut that out. Jehovah isn't gonna let you know which way the camp is. I can see why it didn't make it into the drama. But Mark isn't done with the obvious lessons that the drama has to teach you.
Lesson 5. We must have strong faith. This time, Amani kindly but firmly rejected Dania's pressure to return home. Amani trusted in Jehovah and in the direction from his organization. He did not waver, and he counted on Maambi and Zawadi to be faithful too. 6. We must make the best of our circumstances wherever we are. Did you notice how Amani and the other brothers and sisters kept life as normal and stable as possible? They played with their children. They kept themselves and their clothes clean and their campsite sanitary. They socialized with friends. They kept up their routine of preaching, studying, and attending meetings, and they helped others. Finally, 7. We must show love for our brothers and others who are in need, not just in word, but in deed and truth. When disasters strike, our branch offices spring into action to provide material and spiritual aid. We can help too by giving of our time and resources and by praying for our displaced brothers and sisters and for those who are helping them. The love we show among ourselves may also help still more people to take Jehovah's side.
It's crazy how they have Jehovah's Witnesses packing staff to pretend they are helping when we just saw that the Jehovah's Witnesses did nothing for the family in the drama but to take their donations. They want you to picture their religion as charity when, in reality, any charity work will only be limited to the believers. And even then, it will rarely arrive unless they can rebuild some buildings to charge your insurance.
But now a second key reason Jehovah God has been patiently waiting is to save as many of the offspring of Adam and Eve as possible. Jehovah is very merciful. He wants to save people, doesn't he? In fact, 1 Timothy 2:4, Jehovah's will is that all sorts of people should be saved and come to an accurate knowledge of truth. In a similar vein, Jehovah said at Ezekiel 18:23, do I take any pleasure at all in the death of a wicked person? Do I not prefer that he turn away from his ways and keep living? See, that's Jehovah's desire. Out of love, he would give the offspring of Adam and Eve the opportunity to receive what their rebellious parents, Adam and Eve, actually threw away, the prospect of everlasting life. So 2 main reasons Jehovah's been patiently waiting, as we said, to settle those issues raised in the Garden of Eden to save as many of the offspring of Adam and Eve as possible.
This is an aspect of the religion I bet they'll have to change soon. The doctrine of the Jehovah's Witnesses used to be that Armageddon hadn't come because this religion was growing. So the longer Jehovah waited, the more people would get to convert and be saved. However, they've had pretty stagnant members for a long time, and based on the reports of people attending the conventions, the attendance has also significantly fallen down. So now, the longer Jehovah waits on bringing Armageddon, the fewer active Jehovah's Witnesses he will find. Then again, they've been preaching that the world would continue to get worse since the Second World War, and it's not like they changed that teaching when the world proved them wrong for close to a century, so, who knows?
Jehovah has been enthusiastically working toward the fulfillment of his purpose for humans and for this earth. Now, what was Jehovah's purpose for the earth and for humans? Well, remember what is stated in Genesis 1:28. Jehovah said to Adam and Eve, "Be fruitful, become many, fill the earth, and subdue it." So that his purpose for the earth is that Adam and Eve would have children, their children would have children. Finally, the Garden of Eden would be too small. It would have to grow. It would expand. The east would meet the west, the north would meet the south. The planet Earth would become the Garden of Eden, full of perfect humans. That was Jehovah's purpose. Now, would Jehovah just cancel that original purpose because Adam and Eve rebelled? No. He has been working toward that purpose, his original purpose for the earth and for humans.
Stephen says the purpose for all humans is the purpose for Adam and Eve back then, and he just says that Jehovah wouldn't cancel that purpose. Well, where is that verse in the Bible? Where does it say that God wants to go back to the situation of Adam and Eve? Nor Stephen, nor any Jehovah's Witness will actually be able to answer that question, because outside these conjectures Stephen listed, the teaching of a future earthly paradise is completely unbiblical. But Stephen is about to let us know why Jehovah waiting to bring Armageddon makes sense.
What do we need to remember about Jehovah's patience? Now, many today view God's patience as slowness, indifference, maybe apathy. But so we're not even slightly influenced by that kind of thinking. Let's discuss some of the things we need to remember about Jehovah's patience. Now, here's one. Jehovah's view of time is very different from our view of time. 2 Peter 3, verse 8, one day is with Jehovah as 1,000 years as one day. Now, when this little earth rotates one time, that's a day for us, isn't it? When it orbits the sun one time, that's a year for us. But Jehovah God is not on this little tiny planet, this little speck in the universe, is he? He's not riding around on this earth. See, he's the sovereign of the universe. So obviously, a day when the earth rotates a year, that has no connection with Jehovah. And that's why Psalm 90, verse 2 tells us that Jehovah is from everlasting to everlasting. He's eternal in both directions. Now, you ponder that too deeply, you'll have a headache for sure.
This is how the Jehovah's Witnesses have their cake and eat it too. When it's about indoctrinating you into doing whatever they tell you to do, Armageddon is right around the corner, ready to judge you. But when it's about why Armageddon hasn't come yet, then Jehovah is eternal and you can't expect him to move as slow as humans. They have to believe this contradictory idea to both manipulate followers and to explain away their material realities never changing. And after the rest of the boring speech about the patience of Jehovah that no Jehovah's Witness will be awake for nor remember, we have the last video of the whole convention, and it's all about people wasting their lives in the hopes of a coming paradise that will never arrive.
For the dead to rise, Jehovah, you yearn to bring them back to life. Father, we well know how you loved them so, instill in our hearts the patience you have shown. Father, we long to see paradise come to be. Give us the patience to wait. We know your day will come, sure as the rising sun. No matter how long it takes, it will not be late.
And it's with this lazy slideshow about people wasting their entire married lives that the Cultiest convention comes to a close. As I said before, this to me is the worst convention I have ever seen, accompanied by the worst drama ever, because it's all about complacency inside the religion and about following whatever the religion orders you to do. That's how you get people to shun their children or to let them die when they need blood transfusions. This is a convention meant to re-indoctrinate Jehovah's Witnesses, and honestly, they showed that they still have what it takes to do that. So, what do you think, guys? I've spent literally hundreds of hours on these videos about the convention, and I couldn't have done it without my lovely supporters who helped me afford rent, so I can spend more time studying and thinking of one convention than I ever spent as a Jehovah's Witnesses on all the conventions. You can join them to access videos a bit earlier if you want to help support me making these videos about this abusive religion that apparently no one cares about. I'm just happy the convention's over and that I managed to make all videos while the Jehovah's Witnesses are still attending the conventions live. So hopefully some people can skip the convention, watch this instead, and pretend they went. See you in the next convention!